start. Okay. God's Day, and welcome to Re's Being Refined by the Fires. I'm Ree, and today I'd like to share. I'm here with a very special lady that I'll be interviewing, Ms Edna Williams. And for the older generations, they have a wealth of knowledge, information, and great stories to share. It is my goal to use my platform to edutain, both to educate and entertain. So I have here with me today my friend and sister in Christ, Ms Edna Williams, who is 97 years blessed. So Ms Edna, how are you really doing today?
I'm doing fine, other than my few little complaints I have with my leg. But other than that, health-wise, I'm okay. I'm fine.
That's wonderful. So let's get into tell me more about your family. You grew up with your mom and dad.
I grew up in a little place right outside of Alexandria, Louisiana, which is Cheneyville, Louisiana, with my mother, father, and 6 of my siblings.
Wow, siblings?
Siblings, yes. It was 7 of us.
Wow. How many boys and how many girls?
The third oldest.
Okay.
Of the 7 kids.
Okay. Wow. How many brothers?
I have 5 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay. Wow. That's amazing.
The reason why you got it on?
Uh-huh.
Well, one of those brothers is a half brother, but he's still my brother.
Okay. Half is whole in your heart. It's all about love. Yep. That's what it's all about, love. Yeah. Are all of them still living? All of your brothers and sisters still living?
No. They're all gone except I have one sister, the youngest sister, and the youngest brother living, and myself. I'm the oldest on both sides of my family, on my mother's side and my father's side. I'm the oldest in the family that's living now.
That's amazing. So, and how did those siblings die? Did they die from natural causes, or did they have heart attacks, strokes, diabetes? What took them out?
3 of my brothers died with cancer. And my sister died with cancer. My daddy passed away with heart problems.
Wow.
And my mother, she had cancer, but she didn't really die from cancer. I guess she died from cancer too.
How old was she?
Mama was 101.
Wow.
She
So
passed away in
y'all have the longevity gene in y'all blood.
101.
Wow. And you made 97 recently.
I made 97 on the 14th of September of this year, 2024.
And what year were you born? What year were you born?
I can't hear you.
What year were you born?
1927. September 14th, 1927.
So you've seen a lot, many decades in your lifetime. Yep. So tell me, what type of house did y'all grow up in? Like, did your father, what did he do for a living? Did he build a house, or was it a wooden house? I know y'all didn't have brick homes like we have now.
What kind of house did we live in?
Yes. Growing up,
our family. Oh, we had our own house out in the country part of Louisiana, and we lived on our own property. We didn't have to rent from anyone. We have in fact, we have it now, land out there. So we didn't have to pay no rent because we had our own home.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Must be nice. So
and just a year or 2 ago, we had it rented out. And I don't know what happened. It caught a fire and it burned down, so it's no longer there.
Oh, wow. So the renters, while the renters were in the house, the people who were renting it, it burned while they were there?
Does it do what?
It burned down while they were there?
Oh, no, it burned before they moved in. So the lady that moved in, she put a trailer on the land.
Okay.
And the rest of the land is farmland.
Okay. How many acres is it?
That I really can't say, but I know it's a large place, farming place. Right now, we have it leased out to a guy that grows soybeans, sugar cane, and different. Every year he changes different things. So
that's wonderful. So let's go back to when you were siblings. How were y'all? Was y'all y'all were raised to be? What type of games did y'all play? Because I mean, it's like people nowadays, kids are so rotten. It's like y'all didn't have a lot.
No, but we played.
And before I started recording, we were talking
outside in the yard. We played a game they call hopscotch.
Oh, that's still popular.
Oh yeah. And we used to jump rope.
That's popular.
And I used to shoot marbles with my brothers.
Kids still do that. It's not just a boy thing anymore. Because I remember shooting more and playing jacks. Did y'all used to play jacks?
We played jacks. We didn't buy the iron jacks from the store. We had peach, what they call it?
Peach peel?
No, the thing from the peach, what they call it?
Peach skin?
Huh?
Peach skin? Peach skin?
Oh gosh.
The rind?
After you eat it, they got I would say like the bone. It's not a bone. It's just
the seeds, the pit.
Yeah.
The peach pit.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
We would take all that, drown all that stuff off and clean and make it dry. And then we had a ball. And we played
with peach pits. Y'all played peach pit jacks.
you know that's way back.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's what we played with.
Y'all were innovative. You said y'all didn't have a little metal jacks like what you buy at the store.
No.
Y'all were innovative. Y'all recycle what y'all had already ate on. Y'all save money though.
That's way back.
That's why I like the skin. When you said peaches, I like the skin. And I'm like, well, so what do y'all do? I'm trying to figure out how to try to imagine. How did y'all pick up the skin? But you like, no, the inside. So it's like the seed, the peach pit. Wow. Now that's innovative.
It was fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. Because I grew up playing jacks. But I had the metal jacks with the little ball.
Yeah, well, when you came up, sure.
Yeah,
but back in the 28th and 29th, they probably had them, but we didn't buy them. We made everything. We grew everything we ate.
Oh, wow. That was a better time, though.
You see the corn you buy in the can? I didn't know people ain't all like the can until I came here. Had the corn in the can. We had green peas. We had butter beans, snap beans, okra, mustard greens, all that. We grew all of that.
And did your mom know how to, what do you call it?
My mother was a good cook, a very good cook.
Was she preserve, like can or preserve?
She never did can anything, but my father's sister did, but she used to make preserve figs.
Ooh, my grandmother knows how to make fig preserve. Yeah.
But we grew all that stuff.
Wow. So y'all had a big piece of land.
We didn't have to buy no milk. We had cows. We had butter. We used to give the neighbors butter for Christmas to make their cakes because they were living on other people's property, so they didn't have any cows or things like that. So at Christmas time, Mama would give them butter to make their cakes. If we had
sweet.
chicken, we didn't have to buy no eggs.
Mm-hmm. So y'all lived off of what y'all livestock.
Yeah, and plus my grandfather and my father, we had a syrup mill. We made our own syrup.
Really?
And my daddy used to go all through Beaumont, Texas, delivering syrup to different stores and different. They had our own label on it, the Dobson.
Wow. Yeah. Hold on, I didn't turn my alarms off, and I got a lot of alarms that's gonna be going off. Wow. So y'all used to play jacks with
It was very
peach
interesting
pits.
seeing this guy cook the syrup. It had a long trough, and they had a machine that would you have to push the sugar can through there, and it was just mash it like and then the juice from the can would go into the trough. The trough would go into the part of where it's going to be cooked. And had a guy that he constantly was stirring and cooking the syrup until he knew just how many hours and how many minutes to take it out and everything.
Wow.
So we had all that.
That's amazing. Yeah, but
because most of the black people used to live on the plantation of the whites. Very few people out there black. In fact, I don't know if no other black family had the same things those white people had. My dad and my grandfather the only one had that.
So your people weren't slaves?
See what?
Y'all weren't slaves?
Do we own the place?
No. Y'all weren't slaves?
Oh, no, we weren't slaves.
Y'all were free people?
Yeah.
Okay.
That I know of.
Wow. That's wonderful. Because everybody can't say that.
No. No, we weren't slaves.
Yeah.
Not from a long shot.
Yeah.
With the temper my daddy had, I don't know. He'd have been out of mind, not been there.
He would have been like Kunta Kinte on Roots. They would have.
And see, the white people out there it looked like they was jealous because we had the same thing they had. In fact, we were about the only family out there in that area had that.
They probably were jealous. Y'all was below them, or so they thought. Y'all wasn't supposed to be having all that.
And we had a part of our land out there. We had over, I would say, over 50 or 60 pecan trees.
Wow! So y'all had a pecan grove.
We bought all our school clothes, shoes. My mother was a real good cook. Anything she cooked tastes like $1 million. In fact, all of her sisters were good cooks.
That's how my grandmother is.
And back in those days, at Christmas time, she didn't have a blender to make cakes. Mama used to sit there in that chair in the kitchen and beat that butter, sitting on with the thing on her lap, beat butter and everything. And
women were strong
then.
then.
We have 7 or 8 different types of cakes, and only one cake my daddy wanted her to make was a pound cake. He didn't like all that coconut cakes. And we had wood stove back in the day.
Yeah.
We had no gas
electric
stove, wood stove.
Wow. What was your favorite toy as a baby? So you were breastfed because bottles didn't exist then.
They had bottles, I think, but we didn't use. My mother didn't use them.
Yeah. So you were breastfed, and
I was breastfed. All of us was breastfed.
And y'all wore cloth diapers.
Huh?
Cloth diapers.
We wore cloth diapers. Had to wash them.
Yeah. So people don't realize they just go to the store now when the baby needs some Pampers. They go and pick something off a Walmart shelf.
They got it easy now.
Walmart or Target or wherever you get your stuff from.
We didn't have a washing machine.
So you had to wash them soiled diapers on your hand.
And the old type tub.
With the ring on it.
No, we didn't have no ring.
Huh?
No, Mama would wash them on her hand on that bowl, that rubbing bowl.
She scrubbed
Wring them, wring them, and then wash them. And she did This is what they're doing now, although they have a machine now, but at that time, she had to get, when she would rinse the things about twice. Because we had a system that had rainwater, and that's what we use.
With rainwater?
At the system. And then sometime when it didn't rain and that water got low in the system, we had to save that for drinking because we didn't have running water.
Wow.
Until recently, you know.
So y'all didn't have a pump or well?
No. Wow. Until recently. You know, after we got a little bigger, but they had a big bayou behind our house. And that's how we get water from that to wash the clothes.
Yeah. Wow.
And we stayed clean because Mama washed it about every other day. You could go to a house anytime from 9 o'clock at night to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You would find a dirty dish in the kitchen. Everything was spotless.
Wow.
Everything was in place. I don't know.
Yep. That's how my grandmother was. That's how my grandmother was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was she raised? What part of the country?
She was no, she's from Houston.
Houston?
Yeah. And her dad was from here. And
who, your dad?
Her father.
Okay.
Came from, I want to say St. Martinville.
Okay.
Yeah. And he got married and they moved to Houston, and he built their house.
And how many children she had?
My grandmother had 3.
3.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom is the oldest, and then she had 2 younger brothers. Both are passed now. So my grandmother only has 1 living child, and she's buried 2 of her own kids. Yeah. Yeah. So, but no, so we met at Boynton at the church.
Yeah.
Yeah. And during COVID, we had started visiting because we're friends with the pastor and his wife and his daughter. And we used to go on play dates together.
Y'all wasn't friends a long time? No?
Well, we just met. Actually, she knew my daughter. They met my daughter before me because I had a brain stroke and was in the hospital. But my sister-in-law started bringing my baby, Jean-Michel, to church with her at Franklin Avenue. So we're friends from Franklin Avenue, but they met my daughter because my sister-in-law would bring her to church with them. And my brother-in-law is a deacon there and a Sunday school teacher.
At Franklin Avenue. It's unusual for a Methodist minister to have a Baptist wife, too. Very seldom you see that. Because in the Methodist, all the Methodist churches that I belong to, that their wives was Methodist.
Yeah.
But since I joined Boynton back in just before Katrina.
Okay.
They had a lady pastor there when I came, Reverend Mitchell, Marvin Mitchell. I don't know if you heard of her.
No.
But anyway, we had one white pastor. And we had maybe 2 white members. We only got 1 white member now. That's that guy. What's his name? That's all we
I don't
got
know his name.
That's why it's united. In the
it's
Methodist,
all races.
In the Methodist, what you call Methodist? There's no white members in there.
Yeah.
And Reverend Mitchell, we had about 4 different ministers since I've been there.
Yeah, because Aaron was re-elected.
They moved them. They don't. I don't know how true it is because I didn't read up on all the Methodist rules, but they claim if some of them don't bring in so many members, I don't know how they do it, if it's true or not.
Yeah.
But we had about 4 ministers since, at least 4 or 5 since I've been there.
Yeah. But that's kind of good because you get comfortable when you feel like you didn't put all your hard work and sweat into this church. You get stale. So I think it keeps it fresh for them to...
It is. You just have to go along with the flow,
yeah.
You know?
I prefer that, really. That's a good idea because I grew up in a Baptist church. And I've been several religions as if you get older, I experiment. I've been to a Muslim mosque. I've been to with the boyfriend. I went to a Presbyterian church. A lot of different religions. I've been to a Catholic church. But
actually, when in the Methodist back in those days, I don't know how it is now. You couldn't, as a child, like your daughter now, they couldn't become a member until they get out a certain age. Mm-hmm. So by that time, when I left home at the age of 13 and I came here to New Orleans, I met all my friends were Baptists. Mm-hmm. So I went to church with them, which was Ebenezer Baptist Church on South Claiborne. Mm-hmm. And I ended up joining the church. Mm-hmm. And after that, after about so many years, my kids was like 7 and 8 and 6 and 5, something like that. Mm-hmm. Well, I only had 2, but my sister's children, including them too. This old man used to come through the neighborhood and pick them up and bring them to church for Sunday school. Mm-hmm. I said, well, he can take his time and do that. I better go back to my family religious, which is Methodist. And that's when I left Ebenezer and joined St. Philip United Methodist Church on Annette and Law over the river. Mm. And then after I moved on this side, I said, well, it don't make sense for me to go over every bridge every Sunday back and forth. Mm-hmm. I'm going to find a church here. Yeah. Well, I didn't know nothing about on the West Bank, nothing at all. Mm-hmm. So I got in my car one Saturday, and I just drove. I got lost 3 or 4 times.
So you were still driving until recently? Uh-huh. You would drive yourself to church?
I stopped driving about 2 years ago.
I thought it was more recent than that. Huh? I thought it was more recent than that.
It might be. I don't know. It might be. Because I get in my car.
I was like, what? You drove yourself? You was like, yeah, baby, I drive. I'm like, and you in your 90s? I want some of what you got.
Yes. But anyway, I got lost. So finally, I went to this Methodist church over here on what street? Not Newton. It's another street over, and it's a Methodist church there. And when I drove up, and I seen all the white people, I didn't see no black people. I said, well, anyway, since I got out the car and I went on and I spoke and everything.
Did they speak?
They spoke, but not like I wanted them to speak. But
it was like they spoke because they had to.
I couldn't do nothing about that. So I went in church. They even asked me to stand up on my where I come from or nothing. Why I came down. Nothing. During the week, I got a letter from them stating they were glad to have me and all that. They needed to get my name, but that's about all. I said, this ain't the place for me.
You didn't feel welcome now.
Yeah. So.
And see, church supposed to feel like home.
They looked like some of them were going in the field to pick cotton the way some of them were dressed, you know. White people want to be prejudiced and can't hide their own butts, you know. But anyway, I said, this ain't for me. So I
the search
got
continued.
in my car and somebody told me about Boynton. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, where is that? She said, it's on 5th and Lafayette. She said, what? I don't know nothing about no 5th and Lafayette. But I just drove till I found it.
Right there on the corner.
And then that's history.
Yeah. Wow, and this was like when? What year was this? What year was this?
Let's see. I moved over here in...
Katrina was in...
2005, huh?
Because that was the year we got married. Me and my husband.
I moved over here in 2005. Yeah. And I've been there ever since.
How did you guys fare in Katrina? Huh? Our family, his family came up to Houston to stay with us. Because
we went to my hometown out there in Cheneyville.
Okay.
In Alexandria. But it's a long, hard. Well, it really wasn't hard because I didn't do nothing. But they farmed, my grandfather and grandfather and uncle, they raised cotton. They had cotton, corn.
Yeah. So did you you grew up? You knew your grandparents,
Huh?
Your mom's parents and your dad's
I
parents?
knew my mother's mother.
Okay.
But I knew my father's mother and father. My grandparents on my daddy's side. I knew both of them.
Okay.
But my mother's dad, I didn't know him.
Okay. Had he passed, or he was just out the picture?
He had passed.
Okay.
Before I was born.
Okay. Wow. Yep. What about school? I know you told me how much things we were talking before I started the recorder. You were saying how cheap things were back then in the day.
We had well, at that time they didn't have school buses for blacks.
Yeah, you had to walk to
school.
school.
School bus. We had to walk. Maybe 2 miles. I don't know.
See, and I can't imagine. I wouldn't go to school if I had to walk 2 miles. And the white kids had buses.
I'm trying to show you the distance how far that is. So
like from here, right here. Where's 2 miles from here? The church?
Oh, church wasn't nowhere. That was close. I had to walk further than by church.
So maybe to Michael's in
And we went to school every day. Now when it would be cold or rainy, if my daddy's car was working, he would take us. And a lot of times we would, when his car wasn't working, we would just get out there and walk. And they had this old white guy. He used to have a truck. And he used to be going to town, passing our school. And he would stop and pick us up.
Oh, that was sweet. Yeah.
But education was hard for you to get when you had to walk a distance like that.
Hey, I can imagine. I'd be missing a lot of days.
Yeah, to walk from here to Boynton, it was further than that.
And that's a walk.
And it wasn't it was a muddy road at that. And one morning, it was so cold. We walked that morning, and we were a little late. Principal was standing on the porch waiting.
Wow.
So my second brother, he was about 2 years older than me. He said, "Now look," he said, "it's cold. Our hands are cold, and Mr. Jenkins is on that porch, and if he tell us to put our hand out, he's going to whip us on our hand for being late." He said, "Let me take care of that."
Oh.
I said, "What you gonna do?" She said, "I'm gonna put him off that porch, and I'm gonna whip his ass." But he must have smelled the rats, because when we got up there, "Come on in."
He knew. They walked all the way here.
Everybody knew the doctors out there. Everybody knew the doctors don't take no crap. "Come on in, children. I know y'all cold." My brother said, "Yeah, we sure it's cold."
Look, blowing on his hand. We sure is cold.
My brother was waiting for him to come out with that pepper. He go whip his butt.
He gonna show him something. Look, man, we can walk 2 miles to school.
They didn't care, honey. They didn't care. But he was waiting for him.
Wow. So what grade did you go up to?
We started at first grade. They have no kindergarten.
Okay.
First grade.
And it went up. That school went up to what?
It went up to let's see. I think it was 6 or 7.
Okay.
And I came here. I went to Albert Wicker on canals. I went to Albert Wicker on Canal and Miro. They argued me down, so they didn't have a black school on Canal, which they did. Albert Wicker. And from Albert Wicker, I went to Booker T. I graduated from Booker T.
Oh, wow. So you went all the way to 12th grade?
Huh?
You went to 12th grade. You graduated in 12th?
No, 11.
So you graduated in 11th grade?
They didn't have no 12th grade then.
Really? So schools how were they organized? I know it's changed a lot.
All schools started at first grade. You couldn't go, and you had to fall between a certain age.
It depended on your birthday?
They didn't have no kindergarten.
It depended on your birthday.
I guess so. But you started first grade. So
1st through 11th grade. Wow. What year did you graduate?
1946 or 47.
Okay. Wow. So when you was graduating, when my daddy was born.
Huh?
You no, I was gonna say when my dad was born, but no, he was born in the early 40s.
You learn, because I was a top student in my class out in the country. Then when I came to New Orleans, I was in school.
So you were
the
smart.
first day I went to school at I think it was Booker T. No, it was Albert Ricker.
Mm-hmm.
I was portly. I was kind of big legs, small waist, portly.
So you were shapely.
And yeah, and plenty hair. Look at me now. But anyway, we was out at recess playing. And you know, these city children, half of them I guess was from the country too, but I didn't know them. So they said, we're going to show this country girl how to play ball. I'm just listening because I can show you how to play ball. So instead of her throwing the ball for me to hit, she threw the ball and she hit me. I walked up to the mom. I said, now I'm going to show you how a country girl gonna knock the hell out of the city girl. And I hit her with that bat. I thought I had killed her, really, truly.
Wow.
She fell, and he ran to the office and got Mr. Crocker. Mr. Lawrence Crocker was the principal of the
So you knocked the crap out of her.
I sure did with that bat. So
not with the bat.
Yeah, the bat I was gonna bat the ball with. The baseball
you hit her in the head?
I don't know why I hit her, but I hit her so much. I just swung that bat, boom, and she went to the ground. So they ran to the office and got Mr. Crocker. He came out there and brought me in the office, and he said, well, what happened? And I told him, he said, well, why did you hit us? I said, because she hit me with the ball, and I hit her with the bat. And that was the end of that. Yeah.
So you wouldn't no punishment.
I had a lot of friends after that.
I can imagine, because they thought they could bully you.
Portly.
You say portly.
Portly built heavy, solid. I was ready for anybody on the ground. I didn't have no problem with nobody after that.
No boys or anything?
No, nothing till I left.
And what grade was that?
That was, let's see. 13 years old. That would be what?
Middle school.
Six.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, so
the guys what was so funny, the guys that I walked to school with, the very first day of school that happened. We walked
that was the first day of school?
First day of school. And this thing I paid attention while, which so when school was out, they couldn't stand away from me. They went on home. So when my aunt seen them out there playing, she said, well, what happened to Edna? He said, she was kept in. He said, kept in? They said, yeah. So I put my head together. I said, now we took this street and that street, and I got on Galvez Street, and I walked all the way down to Galvez to Esplanade, and I knew where I was at. Okay. And I told my aunt what happened. She said, well, that's good. You should have hit her again. I said, no.
You should have beat her.
Hit her enough.
Wow, you showed her with one punch.
I used to fight out in the country with my brother. He get in the fight, I go help him. I would come home every day with my clothes
torn up, dirty. Your mom be like, what you mean? You a girl.
But he got in a fight, so I wouldn't help him.
Helping your brother fight.
Yeah. White people, some of the black people just didn't like us out there. I don't know.
They was jealous. Because y'all wasn't supposed to have what they had. That's a shame, but people like that.
Even one of those teachers, somebody said, oh, that's one of them Dotsons down there.
Oh, that was your maiden name?
DODSON.
Wow. Yeah. So, you mentioned your daddy had a car or a truck? Your dad had a car or a truck?
He always had a car.
Okay. And all 6 of y'all fit in that car?
Huh?
All 6 of y'all fit in that car?
Well, we didn't go different days.
Okay.
After my older brother got a surgery, he went to Alexandria and stayed with my aunt, and he went to high school.
Okay.
And the summer was younger than me. They wasn't in school.
Okay. So it's a big gap between y'all. Wow.
Because my sister that's living now, she's 10 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
She made 87 on September the 30th.
Well, happy birthday, sister. Yeah. So, who was the disciplinarian in your home?
Who was what?
The disciplinarian. Who punished y'all or spanked you? Did y'all get spankings or punishments or what?
We got whippings.
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah. That's exactly what I mean.
My daddy never whipped me, but every time you turn around, my mama was whipping my butt because I was always doing stuff I had.
So you admit you was bad.
I was bad coming up. I ain't gonna lie. I was really
so
bad.
You deserved the whoopings you get.
I remember my brother, I wanted to go outside and play with my brothers because I had no sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't go to other people's houses too much because they didn't have that many kids around us that, you know. So I would go out there with them and want to play. So my brother was shooting marbles with one of his friends. And I wanted to play. He said, you can't play. I said, why I can't play? So to sell all that, those big old wrought iron pots that used to boil coals, he put me under one of them, and they went on and started playing. So luckily,
how big was the pot?
The pot.
So it must have been a nice size.
It's a big pot that we was to borrow clothes, dirty those men's work clothes.
So he put you in the pot.
Under the pot.
Under the pot. And you couldn't get from under the pot?
No, because it was so heavy, a big steel iron pot.
So what, he pushed you down and put the pot on top of you?
Yeah, he put me down and just put the pot over me.
So what, he was like a fire pit under the pot?
No, I was the ground, just the ground.
Just the ground?
The pot was round.
Yeah.
You just lift the pot up and push me on there and put it down. It's on the ground. And luckily,
with one hand?
And luckily, my mother came to the door and wanted to know. They always called me sister. She said, "Robin, where's sister?" Oh, I forgot. She's under the pot.
She said, "What pot?"
When they raised that pot, I was soaked with my head on. I was soaking wet because there was no air, there was nothing coming. And she had to come out there, so I probably would have died.
Wow.
But did she tell his ass something? He and my two brothers,
he wouldn't put you in no pot no more.
They got a good whipping. I mean, I went from my head down to my feet. Even my clothes were soaking wet.
Oh my goodness.
In the country, it would be hot.
Oh, wow.
That was the damn days.
Wow.
But I used to stay and follow them with their friends, and they didn't want me to follow because I had no sisters old enough to play with me.
So how many years apart is it between you and your sisters?
Let's see. I was born, my oldest brother was born in 23. Second brother was 25, and I was 27. And between 27 and 30, my sister was born in 1930.
Okay.
I had a brother born in 1932 and 1934, and then my baby sister was born in 1937.
Wow, so the oldest was born in what? 1920? What, those brother was born when?
1923.
1923. And the baby was born?
And brother 25, and I was 27. 30, 32, 34, and 37. And all of us was born at home by a midwife.
I was going to ask that. If y'all were born in a hospital or by midwife. The same midwife?
Huh?
Or the same midwife or a different one?
My oldest brother was, my mother's sister was a midwife.
Okay.
She delivered my two brothers, my two oldest brothers.
Okay.
Now my half brother, I don't know how old he was. Let's see. I know he was born before 23.
Okay. Wow. So she delivered your first two brothers.
My mother was born in 1900.
Really?
And my father was born in 1885. I know he was a few years older than my mother. My mother was born in 1900, so he must have been born in. He must have been about 10 or 12 years older than her.
Okay.
As far as I can remember.
Okay. Did y'all have a family saying? Like, did y'all have like a code, like a family code that y'all went by?
Like what? What kind of code?
Like a family saying. A tradition that y'all went by. A code that y'all live by.
Well, number one, I guess that's why I'm living so long. We wasn't the type of person. The girls wasn't the type of person used to could run in the streets and do the thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
No bars, no nothing. Although we have that out of the country anyway.
Okay.
And then after I got here in New Orleans, I never did go to bars or anything like that. And I never did drink.
Okay. All right.
And after my oldest brother, graduated from school there in Chaterville, he went to Peabody High in Alexandria, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
And then after he graduated from that, he took up barbering, cutting hair.
Well, that should have been good money.
Huh?
That should have been good money.
I can hear you.
That should have been good money.
Uh-huh. And after that, he met his first wife, and they moved to California. So that's why he died when he passed away some years ago.
Wow. Did they send the body
California,
back
yeah.
to Louisiana?
And
Did they send his body back to Louisiana?
Oh no,
he was buried in California.
Buried up there.
Okay.
He had remarried all over again.
Okay. Wow.
The wife he went up there with, she passed away. The whole family passed away, so he remarried her all over again.
Okay, and started over.
And my second brother that was born in 25 is 2 years older than me. I don't know what he died with. I think one of his lady friends must have poisoned him. I don't know. I'm just saying that because.
Why you say somebody must have poisoned him? Was he a bad brother?
I don't know. She was jealous for him or something. I don't know just how that went down, but I know all of a sudden he took sick.
Huh.
And he couldn't breathe or something. I don't know what happened, but I do know when he came to New Orleans. See, they all came. I had a sister and 2 brothers came to New Orleans after I came down here.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody said she gave him something in his drink or something. We never did find out what happened.
And police didn't.
One fine, good-looking guy.
Didn't investigate stuff like that. Then
told my mother, Miss Dodson, he is too good-looking to die. She said, "Well, honey, everybody got to die."
Exactly.
But he was a handsome guy.
Yeah. Wow. So going back to the schools, you say the schools went from the 1st grade to the 11th grade. And it wasn't one school. You didn't go to one school from the 1st to the 11th.
We stayed at that same school.
Okay.
When I left out there, I came to New Orleans, but the years that I went to school out there, you didn't transfer to one. You stayed in the same school.
Okay. From the 1st to 11th was in one school? Well, the 1st grade to the 11th grade was the same school?
No. I finished 11th grade down here.
But no, up there where you started. Did it go from 1st grade to 11th grade?
No, it didn't go that high.
Okay.
It went to whatever. I think it went to from the 1st to 6th or the 7th grade, something like that. So,
okay. And then did y'all have middle school, or y'all just had elementary and high school?
They didn't have all that. They just had high school and elementary school. Elementary started at 1st grade.
Okay. All right. Okay, so going back to your childhood, when did you start your cycle? Because my grandmother, she started hers when she was 9 years old.
When I started what?
Your cycle. Oh. Your period.
Oh, no, I was about, oh, Lord, I must have been about 12 years, 11, 12 years old.
Yeah. So I was 12. I was going to
I was
grade.
later than 12.
Oh, so you was lucky.
No, I got a little granddaughter. She's let me see how old this child is now. She must have been about 7 when she started, 6 or 7.
They start earlier now.
Oh yeah.
Because my daughter, she had been cramping, and we was.
How old is your daughter?
She's 14. Well, almost 14 now, but she started like cramping when she was 8. But my oldest started when she was 9. So we had been, when she started cramping, we was on alert for it. And I'd explained to her and everything, and we went and bought little pads. So we was on alert for it, but she didn't actually start until she was 10.
Well, this child,
Lord have mercy.
She's getting ready to do it.
And that's hard when they start that young.
But they got it easy though, because we didn't have the things that they got now.
Yeah, because what did y'all have to use? Because my grandmother said they had to use...
we had to use cloths.
Yeah.
We had
a belt?
We didn't have no belt. We had Mama had some old sheets and holes in them. She told them sheets and made a band like to put around your waist. And then she would use not pads, sheet that she told she would fold and fix that and pin it in the front and pin it in the back. And then when it got taken off, it had to wash and use it all over again.
I mean, but it's hard to get blood out of stuff.
Huh?
It is hard to get blood stains out of fabric.
But she put a little bleach in and she bleached it. It was white as I don't know what.
She was using borax.
I don't know what the hell she used it.
Because borax gets stains out.
Made us do all that.
I imagine so, because y'all, if you was big enough to bleed, you was big enough to wash your own blood.
Right. Yeah. And we had a pot, a big old pot out. Like I said, this thing I did put them in there and boil them and wash it. This whitey sheet.
Wow. So y'all didn't have any indoor plumbing? Huh? Y'all didn't have indoor plumbing, huh? You didn't have you didn't have a bathroom in the house.
Yeah, we had a bathroom, but we didn't. We had a bathroom. Yeah, we had a bathroom in the house.
Oh, you did?
But we didn't have no toilet in there. We had a what they call a chamber pot.
Mm-hmm.
And then in later years, my daddy had a bathtub and all that. Got water. We didn't have running water. We just had water from the cistern from the sky, rainwater.
Yeah.
And it was a great big old cistern by the house. And it had a screen and a cover over it. So trash wouldn't get in there. And when it rained hard, it would fill that thing up. And it had a faucet to get the water out.
So y'all didn't have an outhouse?
Huh?
Y'all didn't have an outhouse?
Yeah, we had an outhouse.
In the yard, huh? Yeah. That's why y'all didn't have indoor plumbing. So y'all didn't have a bathroom in the house.
We had no bathroom.
To use the tub. So I imagine y'all had to go outside and use the bathroom in the wintertime?
Well, we didn't have to do number 2, so we used the pot to do our
My goodness. Oh.
Y'all come in a good time. Y'all ought to be glad y'all got here. I work you the hell out you. I just keep clean, and we were spotless. Cause my mother has always been a clean
woman.
person.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, our whole family has always been. My brother could cook like a woman.
Yeah.
Mama taught all of us how to cook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you say you do you know how long your parents had been married, or how they met? Did they talk to y'all about anything like that?
I don't. She did tell me, but really and truly, I forgot how they met. I'm trying to think.
Don't worry about it.
Mama was 23 years old when she had her first child.
Okay.
She was 25 and down the line. My mother lived in Alexandria before she married my daddy, and my daddy was from Cheneyville because that's where the Dotson place was, in Cheneyville.
Okay. So that was the homestead. The Dotson place?
Huh?
Was in Cheneyville. That was y'all homestead?
Mm-hmm.
And where was your mama from?
Look underneath that table. I'm gonna see if I can show you my mother and father when they first got married. Oh, see, underneath that table, they got some albums underneath there.
Which album? Because it's a lot.
I got pictures everywhere. Old memory.
I think that's that's good though.
Huh? No, it ain't. This is more. No, this is not. Okay, maybe it's in this one. That's where it is. But that was me when I graduated. Put that light on so you can really see.
Where's the light?
Look over there, baby. See if I can find.
These look like pictures that my grandmother got.
Huh?
Because she's a picture person. She's a picture taking person. She got albums everywhere.
I'm trying to think where they are. My parents.
She's cute. That looked like a Chuck E. Cheese picture. Yeah, it was. Because Don had some of these. They had a machine at Chuck E. Cheese that took those.
I'm trying to see who this is. I think this is my little great granddaughter. I think that's her over here on this picture with on that white frame. I think that's her.
Yeah.
Is that her?
Yeah. Yeah. Cute. With all that hair.
I'm trying to find them. My mother. What is that?
The picture of your granddaughter. It's not, don't worry about it.
I just wanted to This picture over here, the young lady that I told you that had my sister, the girl with the cap and gown on. Yeah, that's the one. That died.
Oh, wow. The one they went to, what was the name of college you went to? The smart one?
Huh?
That was the smart one?
Yeah.
The one that the animal lovers.
Now this is taken in my mother's yard in the country right there. That's her. And
Wow. Her and her sister?
huh?
Her and her sister? Or a friend?
Mm-hmm.
Her sister?
This is my son.
Nice looking. Handsome.
I was really trying to find. That's me when I graduated from
Booker T. Washington. Look, that's something we got in common. I graduated from Booker T. Washington too.
You did?
But in Houston. Yeah, 1986.
Girl, you're a baby under me, shoot. This looks like my grandma. I was trying to find my daddy and mama's picture when they got married. I got enough pictures, huh?
This is
Yeah.
a grandmother
That's
thing.
my grandmother, my mother's mother.
Wow.
I don't have no pictures of
This way.
This is my mother and my sister that passed away. And that's my mother, and that's me with her. That's out in the country at our house.
That's you?
What?
Your mama and you?
Uh-huh.
So you was hippie then?
Huh?
You was hippie.
Uh-huh. And that's my mama and my baby sister. They was getting ready to go to church.
Wow. Y'all got height in y'all family.
Huh?
You all have height.
Yeah, my
To
mother's
give the
tall.
height. Yeah. Your dad wasn't tall?
He was. That's me when I was getting into a ball.
Sexy.
That's me again. I'm trying to see where my mom and my. And that's me again.
Wow. That's you with the baby?
No, that's my sister.
Mm.
The one with the gray hair up there. Now here's my daddy holding my son, but I was looking for the picture with
Him and your mom. Let me see.
him and mama together. You can take a look at him.
Your dad was bow-legged?
He's crippled. He was shot the same day pieces cloud. He was in World War One, and one of his own men shot him. They thought the enemies was coming back, and they just opened fire before he could find out that was my daddy coming to check on them, and they thought that was enemies coming back, and they just shot through the door.
Wow.
Shot him in the
knee.
and he was crippled ever since. And right now, when Mama was living, getting his checks, they wasn't giving veterans money like they give them now. They had a hard, I don't know, hard way to go.
Yeah. My dad was working at the VA for a while, and he'd help other veterans because he was a veteran too. He was in the Korean War, and he would help other vets get their benefits because a lot of them didn't even know they could qualify for benefits. So he worked at the veterans, getting them their
We had
benefits.
something going on at the church. That's me in the church. at Boynton.
Wow.
I have to write another. I want to give you a check to put in church tomorrow for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to write another because I spelled the church name wrong. I put Boynton. I left an N out. You think that matter? Huh?
It might. You can check it, but I mean, you can write another one.
I'd rather give it another.
Yeah.
Or put.
Yeah. So, okay. So, were you in any after high school? What did you do? Did you go to college or did you get a job?
I didn't go to college because they had so many behind me was in school, and back in those days, money wasn't all that plentiful. My sister's the only one finished college, but I did finish high school, and
well, that's a great accomplishment. What was your first job? Was that your first job?
The first job I had was working in the drugstore. La Branch's drugstore was on Orleans and Claiborne, right on the corner. I don't know what they got there now. I think they got a bar there.
Wow.
And then after that, I worked at Haspel Sewing Factory.
Haskell?
Haspel, Haspel. Haspel Brothers that made men clothes.
Oh.
And that was a hard job because you got paid by the piece, And it was hard to get a lot of pieces. The black women, black women was something else back in them days. Son and the daughter, my son passed away, going on 2 years now.
Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that. How did he pass?
That's him right there when he finished.
In the flower frame?
With the flowers on the frame. Mm-hmm. Wow. And that's him when he passed away.
All you had was 2 kids?
Huh?
All you had was 2 kids? His name was Major?
Mm-hmm. Major Williams.
His first name was Major. What made you name him Major?
He named after his Paul.
Oh, okay. So your husband's name was Major.
Yeah.
Wow. So he was a junior?
Back in them days, them old folks named me whatever they want.
Yeah. Some things don't change. Because my son is named after his daddy.
Huh?
My son is a third.
He's the third?
Yes.
How old is he?
He's in his 30s.
30?
So I can't keep up with the exact date. But he in his 30s. His dad's name is Joe Reed Kirby Jr. He's named after his daddy, Joe Reed Kirby Sr. So my son is Trey Joe Reed Kirby III.
Where did you meet the pastor and his wife?
And actually, they met Zon, my daughter, before me because I had a brain stroke 7 days after I had her. Yes.
What?
Yes. From a generational birth defect that was unknown, undiagnosed, and rare, called an arterial venous malformation. So I was still in the hospital, but like I say, my sister-in-law would bring Zon to church with her, and her husband was a deacon.
For God's sakes. Yeah.
Okay.
But he's in a senior
Facility.
house.
Yeah.
He got a big house, a nice house. He ain't got no houses. These all little apartments, but he got a 2-bedroom house.
Just him?
Just him.
Did you have a choice?
Huh?
Did you have a choice for the type of unit you got? Do you have a choice of the type of unit or all the units like this?
I didn't have a choice because it was just me one, and I could only have 1 bedroom.
Okay.
I said, well, what about my grandchild? If you want to come stay with me, you just have to sleep on the sofa. That's what they told me.
But this is nice. Just enough room for you.
Yeah. I hate that because a lot of times I wanted my mother to come and stay a while with me, but
Your mom is still living?
She passed away. Mama passed away before Katrina.
Okay.
She passed away in 2001.
Okay.
She was
And
101.
Katrina's is
101 when she
2025.
passed.
Okay. Well, 2005. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Wow. So at the rate you going, you gonna make it too.
Mm-hmm.
I hope. No, you pray.
I pray. I pray and hope.
You hope and pray. Yep. Wow. So were you in any clubs in high school?
Any clubs?
Or organizations?
No. They didn't really have anything during the time when I was in school.
Okay.
Nothing like they got now. All the clubs I got in after I got grown with social and pleasure club with some ladies.
And how long were you in that?
Well, I did that a long time till all of them died in the club. We started out playing Pt1.
Huh?
We started out at the club.
Playing Pt1, the card game?
Mm-hmm. And then after that, we turned into a social and saving club. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Nice and all. I think all the ladies dead that I've been in the club, they're all dead.
Wow.
They're all gone on with it. I often wondered if anybody from my school that I graduated is still living. I doubt it.
Yeah. You got some years on you. You're blessed.
Huh?
Not many people live.
Everybody say I'm blessed. You know, I think I'm blessed.
You
really,
are.
Because to be able to go and stay by yourself at 97 is...
It's a big deal. Whether you know it or not, it is.
Yeah.
I pray to be 97 years old.
Cook my own food.
And was still driving until a couple of years ago. Yeah. I wish.
You're going to be all right. Only thing I had hip surgery, knee surgery. That's the only surgery I had. I got everything in me I came here with.
Well, I can't say the same. Because I had gallbladder surgery, and I was in my 20s when I had that. My doctor was like, he couldn't believe it. He was like, because I was just bent over at the waist getting my children, my oldest set of children, together for school, and I was literally bent over at the waist, ironing their clothes or fixing their breakfast and whatever.
Well,
and I finally went to the doctor. Yes. Oh, God done saved me plenty of times. So, I know who my savior is. But, no, so I went to the doctor, and I went to this little young white doctor, and she was like, oh, you're fine. You're just stressed. You're a single mom. And, you're a mom with 3 kids and got a business, and it's just stress. And I'm like, no, it's not stress. My stomach I'm bent over at the waist getting my kids dressed for school and cooking their breakfast and stuff. And she was like, it's just stress. So I was like, something told me, no, don't accept that. It's more.
Get
another doctor. So I went to another doctor, and she told me, she said, you know what, I'm gonna send you to a doctor. I forget what he specialized in, but it was something in your middle section. So she sent me over there to him right from her office, and I went and saw him, and he did a test, and he was like, ma'am, I need you to go to the emergency room, check yourself into the hospital, and I need to do surgery immediately. My gallbladder was about to burst.
Oh, Lord.
If that had burst, I would have died immediately because it would have poisoned my system.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. And that was like, I was in my 20s. He couldn't believe it. He was like, you are the youngest patient I've seen with that.
What?
Yes. And then a year later.
Did it tell you where did it come from?
Bad diet. I used to eat French fries for breakfast in the morning before I go to high school. Every day. Because I was living with my grandmother.
Fried food?
Fried foods.
So you don't eat too much now, do you?
I ain't supposed to, but I do. Because I love me some fried food. I eat everything else, but ain't nothing like fried food.
I like fried food too.
Yes.
I had fried fish last night.
Mm-hmm. And see, we was gonna have that last night because that's Fridays or fried fish and Fridays. But last night we had pizza. Yeah.
But you had fried chicken or fish?
No, we had pizza last night.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I asked Zon what you want for dinner, fish or pizza.
Will you live on this side?
Mm-hmm. Right down the Gall and Mercedes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Pastor, where do they live? Over the river?
Uh-huh. They live in St. Rose.
Oh,
by the airport.
Ooh, they're way out there.
Yes. And they come all the way at I-10. So when it's traffic for the Super Bowl, for the football game, the Saints playing, they hit that traffic. That's why he be late sometimes.
Wow.
They go all the way around. Whereas me, when I go to their house, because I've been friends with Teresa since we was at Franklin Avenue. And then when Pastor took over, she said she wasn't going to be able to come to Franklin Avenue. She was going to support her husband at his new church. So that's when I started visiting.
And then after I stopped driving, I let my grandson, lady friend, use the car.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a telephone fanatic driving, which I hate, but she claimed she wasn't on no phone.
Mm-hmm.
But this young guy that hit her, he was 18, 17. He wasn't even supposed to be driving. And his parents was on their way to Texas. And he took one of the cars out the yard and was driving.
Oh, wow.
And he come into the wrong. She was like coming this way, and he was going that way, which he shouldn't have been.
Uh-huh.
And evidently, she had to be on the phone for her not to see him coming.
Ooh.
And he hit her.
Wow.
And messed my car up. So it was it was an old car, but I only had 75,000 miles on that car. That car was a 2006.
Are you serious?
No.
So you literally didn't go anywhere.
The lady that had the flower shop, that I worked at the flower shop on 3rd and St. Charles for so many years. When she died, her daughter gave me her car, and she gave me $10,000.
Wow.
And I never had no trouble with that car or nothing. And here she come and messed my car up. So I just went on and let the insurance take care of it and paid a little money, because you know, a car that old.
If you had full coverage on it,
they don't give you that much, but the car's in good condition.
Yeah. Did you have full coverage? That's like me. I kept full coverage on my truck, and even though always, because my husband's like, why you paid? The truck is paid off. That's not what. It's like, look, if anything happened to this, they gonna give me the full value, the blue book value of the car.
Right.
So whether it's paid off or not, I want all my money.
I think they only gave me full coverage being a 2006. It only gave me what, I think $6,000 miles, $6,000, $7,000.
Wow. And $10,000 ain't a drop in the bucket.
Huh?
$10,000 not a drop in the bucket. Did the flower shop close after she died?
Huh?
Did the flower shop close after she died?
Oh, no,
So you were still working there?
Oh, the flower shop had been closed. She was living at the Carroll apartment on Jackson and St. Charles.
Okay.
I was nursing her. She was paying me $10 an hour.
Okay.
Just to sleep. When she found out I had retired, I said, look, I'm going to tell you this. I don't mind coming to help you.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but I don't clean up. I don't wash. I said, now I cook for you. And I said, but I don't do no maid work. Because I never did no maid work for nobody. She said, well, don't worry about that. So she had her maid anyway. So the maid would do all the cleaning and washing and whatever. But I didn't do nothing but.
And I came in there and told her what you not gonna do.
Huh? I told her that. I told her. I said, look now, I don't mind. My daughter lives in Houston. I I said, no, I don't mind. And she wanted me to give up my apartment. I said, no, I'm not going to do that either. Because it was my mouth.
Yeah.
I walk and leave you in here and I don't have nowhere to go. I don't think so. So anyway.
Ain't nothing like your own place.
Ain't nothing like my own. So I told her that. I said, no. And she said, well, $10 an hour? I said no. I said, but no, that would be wrong. Because she was nice. So I got $10 an hour.
Wow. As her caretaker.
Just to cook for she and I. And whenever she wanted to go somewhere, I would put in the car and we would ride all those. Just be sightseeing and doing that thing.
Yeah. And she owned the flower shop. Okay.
She and her husband, he had died a long time ago. And then after he died, well, she sold the flower shop. They got a big, beautiful apartment complex right on the corner of 3rd and St. Charles. Okay. And she got an apartment at Jackson and St. Charles. Not apartment, a condo. It was hers. Okay. At the Carroll, they call it the Carroll. Right on the corner of Jackson and St. Charles. Wow. So I don't hit or go around the corner with nobody, because when I first started working at the flower shop years ago, I was in my 20s, and there's some 3 or 4 old poor ass white women was working there. They thought they was so and so
because of their skin color.
So one day. The first day, the phone rang, and I was standing up there, and the old man hollered, "Edna, pick up the phone." I said, "Well, they told me don't answer the phone." He said, "Who told you that?" I said, "Your employees here." I said, "This lady, that lady." He said, "Answer the phone. They can't tell you not to answer the phone. We're missing orders." Jewish people don't want to miss the money.
They don't play that.
Honey, they got red and all over. They got so bad.
Because they were just white women.
They were all white. I was black.
But them Jews don't play with their money.
They don't play with that. What color is? All you answer the phone and
get that money.
They wouldn't show me how to do nothing. So on my lunch hour, I used to go in the back and get some old flowers and practice myself. And when I left there, when I retired from that, I could make anything I wanted to make, from a bleeding heart. They didn't even know how to do a bleeding heart across.
Well, how did they get hired?
Well, they didn't do all that. They did sell a lot of plants to funeral service.
Not necessarily arranged.
And do regular funeral stands, you know. Okay. But when you come to design, people like bleeding heart, cross, letters, did letters. Belinda C. Jones, one of the teachers had died, and one of the teachers came up to Shanika one day. She wanted something like a schoolhouse to represent Belinda C. Jones. So we sat at the table for a long time, and I got a big sheet of paper, and I sketched the little front of a house, a schoolhouse. She said, "Well, that looks good, Miss Williams." So I cut it out, and then I took the styrofoam and made the design like I drew on the paper, and then I covered that with flowers and used some of the flowers, the color of Belinda C. Jones, and in the front they had flowers. I put a piece of styrofoam on that and put some greenery around it. That's the yard of the thing. It was nice.
Cool.
They were out by it.
Look at you, a self-taught florist. Wow. Tell me God won't do it. Tell me God won't give you what you need.
That's right. I brought a lot of designs there that they wasn't doing that shop because they didn't know how to do all that. It was just some old ass white women.
So you were showing them up.
What happened? I went in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you guys go to church? Did you grow up in church?
Yeah.
Methodist?
Methodist all my life. And until the time I told you I came here and my friend was Baptist.
Okay.
And I joined Ebenezer. I was there for about 2 years and I said, oh no, I gotta go back to my roots. So
but I don't understand. Because what is it with, because see, I thought, I've been baptized, Zon has too.
I was baptized in the pool at Ebenezer, but
so Methodists do baptize
if you want them to. So
because see, like at the church, it's no baptismal pool.
If the church don't have a pool, you can't be baptized at the pool unless you bring it to some other church that has a pool.
Okay,
that's how they do it. But most of them, they just sprinkle. Like
the Catholics. See, I thought you were supposed to be submerged, like Jesus was.
What in the Methodist?
No, baptism.
Oh, they do.
Mm-hmm.
I was submerged in the water at Ebenezer.
Mm-hmm.
But the Holy Ghost hold my nose, had been on the white, and they went down in that water and come out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was baptized, but some churches, some Methodist churches don't even have a pool.
And see, like I say, because I was like, well,
in fact, they don't specialize too much in baptizing anyway in the Methodist church.
Why?
I don't know. It's just the Methodist
because I'm thinking, well, how say for instance, if Zon wasn't baptized, but she wanted to join the church and be baptized, my daughter. Well, if she wasn't baptized,
if she wanted to be baptized and the church don't have a pool, well then he could.
Bring in a pool?
No, bring it to church that has a pool. It all depends on the minister.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But, so you guys grew up in a Methodist. That's like I was born and raised in a Baptist church. Yeah.
And like I said, you had to be a certain age to become a member, the child.
Yeah, because they got to be able to they got to be able to understand what they doing. Yeah. Okay, how old were you when you got interested in the opposite sex?
Yeah, it was a long time before my mother joined church. She didn't belong to any church.
Mm-hmm.
But and my aunt and her sister lived here in New Orleans, the one that I was staying with when I first came here.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't belong to any church either, but the priest used to come out and see her, and just before she died, she joined Corpus Christian Church, Catholic Church.
Yeah.
She had another sister was Catholic, only Catholics on my mother's side that had joined the Catholic Church, because the one, how she come to be Catholic, one of Mama's sisters, she had a boarding house there in Alexandria, boarding house or whatever you want to call it, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And the white people didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they told her if she didn't leave town, they would burn her house down.
The KKK?
Yeah. So what she did, she dressed up that night like a man.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy who was over this KKK thing, she went to his house or to his business and she shot and she killed him. Yeah.
The head man.
Yeah, she killed his ass. Then she got on a boat and came to New Orleans, and she stayed at one of these Catholic, with one of the sisters, the place where the sisters stayed, and she stayed there with them.
With the nuns?
The nuns. She stayed with them, Because she told them what she did and everything. And it was nice with the help out, did all of that stuff. And
wow.
And
where did this happen?
Huh?
Where was this?
Out in Alexandria, Louisiana. Years ago, my mother's sister. Yeah, it's been years and years ago.
And she caught a boat and went where?
She came to New Orleans.
But wasn't she living in New Orleans? Where's Alexandria?
Alexandria, Louisiana?
Yeah.
You never heard of Alexandria, Louisiana?
Yeah, but how did she get on a boat?
I said a bus.
Oh, a bus. I thought you said a boat. I was like, how she took a bus, a boat from...
She caught the bus.
Okay, a bus. All right, I got you.
And stayed with the nuns, and she...
So she just let her house go? She let her house go?
I think one of the other sisters took care of that. Her brother, one of my uncles or something, took care of that.
Wow. And the KKK left the family alone after that. So it must have just been him.
Oh, she had that business. They didn't want to see no Negro woman with no kind of business like that, so they're going to run her out of town.
Yeah,
Yeah, before I go out of town, I'm going to fix your ass. So that's what she
God did. Put everybody here at the time they should.
Then I had a cousin, my mother's sister's daughter, killed a guy because he used to... he was her boyfriend, rather, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
He took her for a ride one day on a Sunday evening, and he got on some highway, lonely highway, where there was a lot of sugar cane and whatnot, and he beat her. So,
why?
So I don't know. They just all arguing because she was a good-looking woman anyway.
They're probably jealous.
Huh?
She probably jealous. Somebody looked at it and it ain't even about her fault.
So he came on back to Alexandria. That happened. So she was telling my daddy about it and my mama. So Papa told her, said, all I can tell you is to get a gun.
Wow.
And if you do anything like that again, just shoot the nigga. That's all you gotta do. So she didn't do it. So he got all right. They got all right. Then finally she left and we went to California. And she met another guy. She said she thought he was real nice, but on the end he started getting ugly too, you know?
She and just can't win for
I think he hit her or something. So she was in bed. So he went and got went in the bathroom rather to get a towel to put on her head because she said her head was hurting. So while he was in there getting the towel, by the bed, she had a stand there. She got that gun out there that Papa had told her to get. And when he come out that bathroom and hit her, bam!
Shot him in the head. Wow.
That's right.
So this was like the Wild Wild West back in the day.
Papa told her to do it.
Kill or be killed. Wow.
Ain't nobody else gonna do it. Gonna hit on me. So I guess he was just because she was about your color, might be a little bit lighter, but beautiful skin.
Yeah.
Ooh, she had some gorgeous skin.
Yeah.
And nicely shaped. She wore good clothes and everything. They were just jealous. I guess I don't know.
If I can't have you, nobody can have you.
Huh?
If I can't have you, nobody can have you.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That a nigga to tell me that. I said, well, you don't own me.
Exactly.
But eventually I got rid of his ass too.
Wow. Have you been married more than one time?
I was married once.
Okay. And that's who both your kids are by?
Huh?
Both of your kids, that's their daddy?
That's those two kids, yeah.
Wow. Did y'all have a big wedding?
I didn't want no. I had a niece get married about 2 years ago, and she didn't want no big rich. She said it makes sense to put out all that money
for other people.
And my sister's daughter, her daughter, the one that's her mother and dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've been married 3 times.
3?
Yes.
I think Vanessa, my niece Vanessa, been married 3 times.
My first time, I was trying to get away from my mama. So I ran away from home the night before my 18th birthday. And I eloped. And my husband, I didn't really love him, but I called myself trying to get away from my mama, and I ended up running from the skillet into the frying pan.
Well, that's what happened with me
because
with my husband, because he was nothing but an old whore.
Well, I ain't have to worry about that.
I called myself getting rid of what do I want to say? I was staying with my aunt, my mother's sister. And as I grew up and got older, he looked like he wanted to, rape me. I said, oh, no, And I went and got married, and I didn't really want to marry who I married, but I just went on because he wasn't nothing but a whore. It was chase women.
Yeah.
In fact, he had 3 or 4 cabs on Ed cab line, and one of the cabs the woman was driving, and I know he was going around with her, so like I said, I jumped in the fry pan to get in the skillet, whatever way you want to say it, but I got rid of him, and he didn't last that long. He left and went to California. He died up there. Both of them left and went to California. He died up in California.
Wow.
And I never did marry no more.
Yeah. But no, and my second husband wasn't no better.
Huh?
It was my second husband wasn't no better.
These men think they're on you, you know?
Yes. And he was jealous.
That's the whole trouble.
Yeah. Cause
all the boyfriends I had were jealous.
But not just of males. It was females too. I remember it was a guy named Tony Terry who was a singer. He was singing at a club that was not far from down the street from our house. And me and my girlfriend, not a guy friend, was going to see Tony Terry. And do you know my husband changed the locks on the burglar bars on our house? So when I came from the concert, I couldn't get in my own house.
What?
Yes. He had locked me out of my own house.
So what did you do?
I was banging on the door, and I didn't care who heard. And because I know he wasn't going to want the neighbors to hear. Because he was like, no, we ain't them kind of people. So, and we live right on the corner. I kept banging on that door. Like, how you going to change the locks on me?
Yes, indeed.
You knew I was going. It's not like I slipped at the house and snuck off to a concert. You knew I was going to a concert with my friend, who I've been knowing since I was 18 years old. We worked at the airport together. But he sure did.
He's married something else.
So, but I was like, I just can't do it. So now I'm on number 3, my finale. Because me and him. This is my first week. Oh, me and my number 2 eloped, and we got married in Vegas. We flew to Vegas and got married in a chapel.
Is it ever living now?
Is
it ever living now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All of them living.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. My first one. And he's a minister now.
Oh, yeah?
But he used to beat my ass.
That's ridiculous.
How you a minister now? You used to beat the woman. He would beat me because I was in high school. So, but I got pregnant early, and I had that morning sickness. I had all day sickness. I had to pack saltine crackers with me to keep from being nauseous because I couldn't keep nothing down. Just the scent of food made me sick. So, and he knew that, but he was working hard, and he had a little job at, I think it was Godfather's Pizza. And when he come home, he'd expect me to have dinner ready for him. Yeah. Like his mama did for his daddy. I'm like, dude, I be laying in the bed doing my homework or just laying down sleeping. I'm like, okay, you know I'm pregnant and I can't stand the smell of food. How do you expect me to cook? I can't stand the smell of food.
Oh, he got mad because you didn't cook?
Yes.
Cook it on damn self.
Thank you.
Shit, if you hungry enough.
Exactly. But no, he wanted, I'm the woman.
Are you supposed to?
I'm supposed to be the one to cook. Or die.
He didn't care if you was dying, long as you cooked. Crazy.
So, believe me, when he, me and him ended up moving because he ended up joining the Air Force. And we moved from here when I was pregnant because I lived with my mama with his mama while he was in basic training. And then we moved to San Antonio. But I was tired of that. And as soon as I had the baby, we had one last fight. And it wasn't a fight. It was one punch. We was fighting over, he knew our daughter had colic because she was born in January. And every day it was like at 6 p.m. she just started crying and crying and crying. And nothing we could do would calm her down. So he thought she was just being spoiled. And I'm like, she is not being spoiled. She has colic. And he's like, you just hold her too much. I'm like, okay. So I'm holding her. He grabbed her from me, went and put her in her bed. And I'm trying to get in the bedroom. He punched me in my forehead. And I knocked out. I fell on the floor. He knocked me out, literally. And when I woke up, he was locked in the bedroom with our baby. But she was crying. She wasn't crying no more. But all I had on was my t-shirt and panties. In San Antonio, it snows. So I had to go downstairs. No shoes, just my t-shirt and panties. And knock on the neighbor's door that I knew, that I made friends with. One of his co-workers that he worked with at the fire department. And I knocked on the door and she answered. I was like, no, he answered the door. And I was like, can I speak to your wife? I don't remember her name, but they were a godsend. They had me come in, gave me something to put around me, and we went back upstairs to talk to him. Of course, he lied, said that I was being dramatic, and it's like, Negro, I was taking care of our baby. So that was the next day, because he worked 24 hours on, 24 hours off. That night was it. So I laid in the bed, went to sleep, but I was thinking the whole night. When I get up, me and my baby gonna pack up and we going back home to Houston. I called one of my other friends, asked her if her husband could come and bring me to the Greyhound station to buy a ticket. So I bought a one-way ticket for me and my baby to bring our butts back to Houston. And while he was gone, I ran around the house and packed everything that I could personally pack. Got her stroller and no, I didn't even have a stroller. Got her bag and all of her food and clothes and stuff. And I was out of there.
You was working, kid.
I was like, what is this? What I'm trying to think of, one of them maid movies that been out where they just run around the house like trying to get everything put around. That's how I was. And the whole time
he was at work.
He was at work because he was a fireman. They worked 24 hours on, 24 hours off. So when he called or when he came home that next day, I was gone.
Yes.
Gone. And I called my grandmother and asked her if she could get in touch with my mama at work. And because I didn't want to take a chance of calling my mama's desk and her not being there at her desk to answer her phone. So I called my grandmother because I knew she was at home. And I asked her if she could get in touch with my mama and if they could meet me and the baby at the Greyhound station downtown in Houston. And they did.
Where y'all was living? Where was he working?
In San Antonio.
Okay.
We had moved to San Antonio after he got out of basic training.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he was in the service.
In the Air Force.
Well, you must have thought he was in the service then, punching on people, shit.
And then come to find out, after he finished his term, I think it was 4 years, he went on and because he was practicing Taekwondo or some kind of karate, and he ended up opening his own studio. And that's the one that's a pastor now.
Oh, yes, indeed. You ever call you? No, huh?
Mm-mm. Last time I saw him was, and then he was a deadbeat because he was behind on child support. He finally caught up on child support when my daughter graduated. He bought her a car.
That's wonderful.
But I had to go through HE
You just got one daughter?
One for him.
Oh.
Then I have 2 for my second husband, and then I got 1 for my last husband.
So that's 4 kids.
Yep. Yep. But all of them grown now. So the baby is the only one that's here with us.
She's cute.
Yeah. Thank you. She's sweet.
Her dad is living?
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's visited the church before, but
Oh well.
well, I thank you for your time. It's been good interviewing you. And
You know, you don't have to follow nobody. Just follow your own mind. You'd be better off. Don't do what Susie do or Mary do. Do what you want to do.
exactly. Don't follow the crowd.
And I never did follow no crowd.
Yeah.